Now this is Solomon Street, obviously named after, if you know history, King Solomon of the Jews, the second king, third king of Israel. You had King Saul, and you had King David, and then his son was Solomon. So this is called Solomon, Solomon. And it is a little bit difficult to try to express how I feel about this area, this whole area here, because this was Jewish owned, all this area here. That was all Jewish owned. And I just passed a tourist guide with some tourists there. I think they were speaking in Romanian, not quite sure. But I passed another tourist group as well, of Greeks, and I was listening to them because I got half my family Greek. And I never heard her mention once about the fact that this was a Jewish area, that this was for almost over 2,000 years, this was a Jewish area. Through the Roman Empire, the Byzantine Empire, and then the Ottomans ruled, and then the Greeks rebelled against the Ottomans and defeated them. Thessalonika was liberated a little bit later after the other parts of Greece were liberated. But during World War II, this became a staging post for all the Jews that were being deported from Greece, being sent to the concentration camps. This was the central point that they were sent to. There were two ghettos just over the way past there. There was the first ghetto, the second ghetto was a bit further down. And they were all deported to Auschwitz and the other concentration camps and mass murdered. And the synagogue here actually has 24-hour police protection, which it's a little bit shocking to think that, because they're still threatened. The minority of Jewish people that's still here are still under threat. And the Holocaust was one of the worst episodes, the worst, an industrial mass murder of a people based on mythical ideals of a master race. You understand? So once I learned about the Holocaust and the role that the city of Thessalonika played in the genocide of the Jews, I could never look at the city. I could never. How to explain it? It's not the same coming there now. I still marvel at the architecture, but the people that were here for 2,000 years, over 2,000 years, the community that built all these old, beautiful looking homes, they're mass murdered. The butchers and the Turks had done the same back in the beginning of the 20th century. They did the same against the Armenians, against the Syrians, against the Greeks. And during the massacre of the Greeks, approximately 300,000 Greeks were massacred. Well, anyway, excuse me. This is the old Jewish quarter. And as I've whinged about in other videos, I've noticed the last few years that Thessalonika, this part, the old part of Thessalonika, the beautiful part of Thessalonika, it's becoming filled with graffiti everywhere you look now. This is a great shame because it turns any city that's filled with graffiti. It becomes like a slum. I was going to use the word ghetto, but that's not right, seeing I am in the former Jewish ghetto. Anyway, that's it. And I'm sorry if I've sounded a little bit depressed. It's because we're talking about Holocaust. The Jews were deported from here by the depraved Nazis. And Hitler eventually shot himself in his underground bunker after dragging the world into catastrophe. And all the people that were here, the Jews, that had lived quite peacefully under the Ottoman Empire. For the vast part of the Ottoman Empire, the Jews had existed without persecution. There were events that took place under the Ottomans where the Jews did suffer. Anyway, so that's it. If you come to Thessalonica, remember, you come in this old part next to the river, next to the Lefko Pyrgos, the White Tower. This was a Jewish area, you know? Anyway, thank you so much.